Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing a pick a card reading. We're checking in with someone on your mind, and we're looking at what have they realized about this connection. Okay, so we've got 4 decks here to choose from, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I've also got some beautiful little tea light candles. I'm not actually going to light them. I can't bring myself to light them yet, or if I ever will, just because they're so pretty. But I love the energy coming off of these, and they're all a little different. So the first one we have here is it's a rose candle, and it's got rose quartz and clear quartz in them. For number 2, we have, it's called Citrus Sunshine, and there is citrine, pink salt, and chamomile in there. So it's kind of like a nice inspirational, calming, stress relief kind of candle, which I really like. For number 3, we have lavender with amethyst and clear quartz. And I really like, if you can see it in here, like there's little star glitters in there as well. Just super beautiful. And then we also have here for card pile number 4, this one is eucalyptus with amethyst and some aura quartz, and there's just like this nice kind of orangey, earthy kind of glow coming off this. I really like this candle. So yeah, take a second. Pick one of these. It could be the deck you resonate more with the candle, or you resonate with one deck and a different candle, and in that case watch both readings. That's perfectly fine. It's absolutely okay to, pick more than one deck in these. There could be more than one person on your mind, or you might get a little something from whatever you choose. So the first deck we have is the Witch's Tarot. Second deck is the Muse Tarot. Third deck is the Modern Witch Tarot. And the fourth deck is the Lightseer's Tarot. So yeah, just take a quick minute, really kind of figure out what resonates with you. I will put timestamps in the description box below, and I'll also list the candles with this as well. So yeah, I will see you in a second with your selection. Hello, card pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to move this off to the side for a second here, because when looking at your person and what they've realized, I also kind of wanted to check in with some oracle cards first, just to kind of let you know that either this is your reading, or maybe this is the person that you're thinking of. Maybe this comes through as someone else, and maybe you want to check out a different reading. Whichever works out. So we're going to start with those first. I do think I want to put your candle, though, like up here front and center. Just because feels like a theme energy here. Rose quartz. It's kind of got like a nice, soft, caring, loving energy. Not saying that this is romantic or whatever, and it can be. If it isn't, that's absolutely fine, but that's just kind of the energy I'm getting from the candle for this reading, is just that there's something here where I don't think there was a proper balance, like a proper give and take. I don't really think that in dealing with this person that they necessarily showed you the consideration that you always showed them. But they still have a place in your heart. In some cases, you might not actually be talking to this person right now. It'll resonate a little differently for all of you. You could still be in contact with them. Again, just apply it to your own situation. If it doesn't resonate at all, this could be for someone else entirely. If it resonates only a little bit, that's fine. Take what resonates. That's your message. Okay, but we're going to start out here with these oracle cards. And I do have a handful of them here. What we have here to start with is Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. So that's why I'm kind of feeling that some of you might not necessarily be talking with this person right now. It's possible that you haven't been talking to them for quite a while. Others of you, maybe it's only been you know, a couple of days, couple weeks. Maybe there was some sort of fight involved there. But the other card you have come out is Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. So whatever happened, whatever this was, like why you're not really in sync right now, I guess I want to say, this was meant to happen this way. There was something I think that Spirit wanted both of you to learn out of this, whatever happened. Coming out here, we have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration. Again, there's that feeling of, I feel like that it was a little bit unbalanced in this, where one of you was actually really kind and, you know, considerate, took this other person into strong consideration, held them up pretty high, and the other person was more or less a little flippant with you, you know, not really treating your time quite as valuable, that sort of thing. And I think it really got under your skin. You also had come out here the Map Maker of Destiny, authentic authentic purpose. I did want to say authentic person. So I get the feeling that you do care about this person because they are really authentic. You value that for sure. You recognize that they do have free will. And I think they've also inspired you a little bit in life to really go after things that you like and you care about. And I think you kind of realize also that because this person is a little bit of a free spirit, right? They are so authentic that I feel like you feel a little bad that you kind of hope or expect that they would hold you in the same consideration that you do for them. And so it kind of hurts that sometimes it feels like they don't. And I think you're feeling a little bit guilty about that. And I want to say don't, because in my opinion, relationships in our lives, they should be an equal give and take. What you get in, you should get something of equal value coming out of it, you know? Now that's not to say you should only have relationships because of what you get out of them, but there also comes a point where if you are the only one feeding energy into something and nothing is replenishing you at all, how much can you really give? You know, there has to be a limit drawn here. So there has to be something flowing back into you to keep you going, you know? You also had come out the Wise Woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise. I do think that this is a very good card coming out here, especially with this bat spirit here, with the rebirth is assured. I think coming through is that real sense of compromise. And I think this person is realizing that some compromise is necessary if they want to hold on to this relationship, whatever this is. Like, they have to put in some sort of effort. They have to, you know, stop taking. They have to start giving. We also had come through here Justice, which is interesting. It kind of feels more like not only bringing things into balance here with those scales, but also a little bit of like repaying and possibly an apology. The last card I had come out here is friendship. So this very well could have been a friendship, but I think what this card is saying more than anything is that they really value what they have with you. They really value having you in their life, and they don't want to lose it, I don't think. Especially if they've gone without you for a little while. Like, if you haven't been talking to each other, if you haven't been hanging out, if you've just kind of been doing your own thing for a little bit, I really think they're realizing how much they miss you. And I think they're starting to understand exactly the effect that that is having on their life. And so they want to do something about it. Let's look into some tarot here, just to get a little bit more. We have the Emperor. It's almost like saying they recognize that they were a little too much my way or the highway about everything. They were a little bit too much, like there was no flexibility with them at all. It was their way or it was no way. And if they ever did compromise and try to, you know, show up for you as a friend or whatever and do something that you wanted or needed, I feel like they were complaining about it quite often. It still ended up kind of souring the experience after a while. And I really don't blame you for getting sick of that. We also had the Queen of Wands come out and the Five of Cups. So it's kind of like saying they recognize exactly who you are as a person. And it's someone who is deeply compassionate, deeply inspiring, someone who really doesn't care what other people have to say, except that in this case, because this person is someone you care about, you did kind of care. And so it hurt when they weren't, you know, showing up for you the way that you needed them to. And they're realizing, I want to say exactly what kind of damage they did to this. They're understanding, because I get the feeling that you haven't reached out to this person if you're not talking on principle alone. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, you know what? No, you probably told them exactly how they made you feel and exactly what you were kind of expecting out of this. And I don't mean to say that you were like really horrible about it, how it came out or anything. Just like rip them a new one or whatever. But it was more like saying, look, man, I really like you. I love having you in my life. I love you. Like friends can say I love you. Some people say that whatever. All I'm saying is you care about someone in your life, whether they're a friend or family member, whatever. You tell them you love them. And you're probably like, look, I love you. I love having you in my life, but I really can't handle the way that you're treating me right now. And so I'm kind of done with that. So I get the feeling that they are really focusing on how they screwed up, really. And so now they're kind of looking at what they can do to make this better. Like what can they do to make amends? And I feel like if they haven't reached out yet, they're more or less just planning how. How do I do this? When do I do this? I want to, you know, kind of do this right almost. I'm just clarifying these ones here. Okay. As they come out. So yeah, with the Strength coming out under the Emperor, to clarify that, it's more like they really had a firm grip on the status quo in this relationship. It was definitely, if things weren't really going their way, even if it had nothing to do with you, everyone heard about it. You know, everyone heard about it. And there was just kind of this part of you that for a very long time just didn't say anything, because again, you care about this person. You want this person in your life. And I think you knew if you ever said anything that this would happen, I guess, is more or less what I'm saying here. But they're realizing that what you did say was you setting a boundary. It was you doing what you needed to do for your own good, essentially. And they recognize, like, with who you are, and I think how close you were, that with this Four of Wands here, they don't actually want to lose you. They thought you were someone that was going to stay in their life for quite a long time. And I love here how there is this cat at the bottom of this, and it looks almost exactly like this cat on the Queen of Wands. So, like, they kind of saw, I think, a future with you in whatever way that resonates. Like, if this is like a romantic thing, then it's a romantic thing. But I'm not really pigeonholing this reading, so again, take it as it resonates. But they saw something here, and I think they also realized that you were the one who kind of breathed a lot of life into situations. Like, if you went somewhere, you kind of lit up a room just by being there, just by talking and laughing and being yourself. You kind of brought that wonderful, beautiful, happy energy. And they're realizing exactly how much they miss you not being with them at these things. So they're kind of bundling up this energy and saying, okay, I need to make a plan and I need to deal with this because I need to go back to this. I need to go back to pile number one. I need this person. I was happy here. So, I like the way that this is like fallen out here too, because underneath this underneath the Three of Wands is the Hangman. So again, they are taking that time. They are really, putting a lot of thought into what they need to do, what they need to offer you to, you know, come back and have you in their life. So what this looks like here, especially with this Knight of Swords, is not only are they coming back to you, they are leaving the stagnant energy of not doing anything about it behind, because they've had this realization. They understand now that, man, I screwed up. I screwed up, and I don't want to leave things how we've left them right now. And I want to say, after pulling the Hanged Man, the bottom of the deck here was Four of Cups and Eight of Cups. So they're worried, even when they do come in, that you've kind of left for good. They're worried that even when they offer this cup to you, you might not really look at it. So I do get a little bit of fear in this as well, where they're not really sure how things are going to work, but they're coming in regardless, because however this resonates, whatever this person means to you, there was some history here, especially with that bat spirit. And I mean, a rebirth is only assured if something has fallen apart, which means there is history, there's a long history, and they're just realizing what you meant to them. And they're realizing exactly what it was that you brought to their life, which was a bright, happy, wonderful energy. It's kind of like they want to be a better person. They want to be a better friend. For some of you, I heard they want to be a better son. So take that as it resonates. They want to be better, which is a good energy to be in. It's unfortunate it's come to this, whatever this is for you. But again, it's coming back around. Now, there's not really a time frame on this. There is enough wands here for me to say that it might come in a little quicker than you're expecting. But especially when it comes to tarot, it's really hard to put a time frame on things, especially because everyone does have free will. You could change your mind on how you want to deal with things today, tomorrow, a week from now, whatever. This person could, you know, get a little too scared and not come back. Right now, as things stand, things are coming back around. A rebirth is assured. So I do like that. I want to get some more oracles before I close this out for you. There we go. Okay, I really like this. The first Moonology card out is a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. I don't know if the next full moon is in Aries, but this could indicate that by the next full moon, you will hear from this person. I think the next new moon is, or was, August 27th. I'm recording this a little bit in advance. So currently it's the 26th. Yeah, I think the new moon is tomorrow. So approximately 2 weeks after that, there's a full moon. Which might be right around the time this is posting. So if it hasn't happened by the time this is posted, or within like several days of you watching it, look towards the next full moon, I want to say, and see if anything is happening. But we do also have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, which is perfect for, you know, a reconciliation or whatever. And then we also have a win-win outcome is forecast, which says to me that this person is and has learned about compromise, which is good. Compromise is a really good skill to have for anyone because you cannot have everything your way all the time and expect to have healthy relationships. That's just not how life works. And I want one more here. 2 more apparently. Okay. I like this. The 2 that have come out are trust and action. So more than whatever is written on the bottom here, the message that is very strongly coming through is trust that action will happen. You know, trust that something is being done on their end. Trust that they are going to take action towards you. Okay, because again, they're realizing exactly what you mean to them and they want you back in their life in whatever capacity that was before. So they're coming back for it. So overall, I think a very good reading, especially if you've been wanting this person to come back. If you haven't, there's nothing that is to say that either you need to forgive them or accept them back in, whatever. Because again, you have free will. If you don't want this person in your life anymore, they don't have to be in your life. You have that ability. Okay. So I hope this resonated. If it did, please drop a like or comment down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. Take care of yourselves. I wish you the best of luck in this situation, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, those of you who have chosen deck number 2 or this very beautiful tea light candle. This is the Citrus Sunshine with chamomile, citrine, and pink salt. I'm just going to stick it up here for the duration of the reading because I do think it gives a nice, lovely energy from it. I think I said before that it's kind of like a really nice, calming, inspirational energy, and I'm still getting that. I do still feel like there is something to do here with pursuing a dream, pursuing a goal, wanting to work on a passion project almost. But what we're going to do is we're going to check in with some oracle cards here first, just kind of as a way to let you know whether or not this is the reading that's going to resonate with you. So if this doesn't sound like the person that is on your mind, it could either be a different person, it could be you, or this might just not be your energy, unfortunately. It might be worthwhile to pick a different tea light candle if that's what is going on here. But for those of you who are sticking around, let's get into this. So looking at oracles first, the first one out here is Lizard Spirit. dream the world into being. So again, it does feel like it's something to do with a dream, a goal, a passion, wanting to create their dream life. And then we have here bee spirit, sweet results await. So it's kind of like this person is realizing that they can create their own reality. If there's something they want to do, they're realizing that they can do it. They can manifest it. They can work towards it. They have the power. And there's not really going to be much of a bad outcome. Like, if they're pursuing something they really care about, sweet results await. And so I think they're recognizing that it's okay to pursue these dreams. And I think you have been very encouraging to this person. You have been saying, don't wait, don't do it. Come on, you really want to do this, so do it. And I think they're finally recognizing that you're right. We have here the camel boy, small steps, asking for help. They're realizing it's not going to happen all at once, which is absolutely fine. And furthermore, that it's okay to ask for help. It is okay if they get stuck, if they need a helping hand, that someone can, give them that hand. They don't have to be the only one helping themselves all the time. I think they're realizing that, especially when it comes from, I think, the fact that, again, you've been encouraging this person. They're recognizing that if they get stuck, they can come to you, and it's okay. We also have here the Phoenix, which is resurrection and surrender to change. So I think for a long time, they have been really stuck in what they've been doing, and it's been inhibiting their ability to move forward in a way. Because whatever it is, it hasn't really been speaking to their soul. So it's kind of put them in a lower vibration. And I think this is why you've been so encouraging, because you've recognized this in them. You've recognized that they're not enjoying whatever it is they're doing. They want to be doing something else. There's something that would really speak to them. And you want to see this person happy. So them being in this low vibe has kind of been preventing them from moving forward into this change. And I think they're recognizing that, and they're allowing your words and your support to really build them up, and it's helping build them up. It's kind of like they are rebirthing themselves from the ashes, right? As the phoenix does. When it dies, it bursts into flame, all that's left are ashes, and then out comes this new little baby phoenix. And I think right now they do kind of feel like a baby bird trying to fly for the first time. They're scared that they're not ready. They're scared that when they look down, it's just flat earth. If they don't fly, they're going to crash. And I think that has also been inhibiting them a little bit. But I think they're starting to move past that, especially now that they're recognizing they can ask for help. They can do one thing at a time, and it's okay. So what's coming from that then is the sun dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance. They're recognizing that they can do things that they enjoy. They can have a wonderful, happy life. And abundance doesn't necessarily have to mean money and material things. It can just be an abundance of joy, an abundance of passion and good ideas, things like that. And that alone, like following their passions, following their bliss, is going to, I think, help them fall in love with life again. And I think you really enjoy watching this transformation happen within them. You've been very supportive. They're realizing that love is around, if that is something they've been looking for. This does not have to be a romantic reading, but if this is how it's resonating for you, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Take it as it resonates. I just sometimes get people saying, I'm not looking for love. That's fine. Just because you're not looking for romantic love does not mean that love is not in your life and surrounding you. The people who are close to you, they love you. That's just the way things work. If they didn't care about you, they probably also wouldn't love you. So that's just how that works. They also have here success, which is wonderful. I think they're realizing that it is possible to be successful in whatever they want to pursue. I think they've been worried about that for quite a long time. I think that's been a little bit of what's kind of been gatekeeping them in this as well, is that they think they have to be successful at this, when in reality, they don't. I think what's kind of falling into place for them is more along the lines of, if it's something I love and I'm pouring my best into, that is success. If I am creating something that I absolutely love, that is success to me. So it's kind of like they're redefining, I want to say, the end goal and what success means to them, which is getting rid of some of the blockages, which, I mean, fantastic energy, right? And I do want to say that I do think you have been integral in that, that viewpoint. I like the encouragement that I feel that you have been laying on this person is just absolutely fantastic. So I want to say kudos to you for helping to build a bright spirit that wants to contribute something wonderful to this world. A lot of people see passionate people and successful people, and they get a little jealous of their light for some reason, and they kind of want to tear them down. And I don't see that as you. I see you as encouraging this person. I see you kind of being this person's sunshine, I want to say. Like, just that bright light that they need to really, you know, move through this and get on with this. I'm getting clarifiers here for these cards, but Nine of Emotions, Nine of Cups, they're realizing that it's okay to have dreams and aspirations, and it's okay to want to pursue those. I think for a long time they've kind of felt that how do I want to put this? I feel like someone else in their life has kind of been, I'm looking at this Hierophant card, and I know this isn't actually what is on this card, but I see this person walking towards this light, and it's almost like they've been walking around snuffing out this person's dreams and this aspirations. They've been telling them, no, you don't want to do that, or no, you can't make a living off of that, or why would you want to spend your life doing that? It's stupid. It's kind of like there's been this other person in their life who has been, again, tearing them down, and you're just trying to build them back up. And I think they're recognizing, whoever this person is, that they're wrong. They're recognizing that you can pretty much be successful in whatever you want to do. And you know, a good example of that is to pretty much type just about anything into YouTube and see what pops up. People do some absolutely insane stuff and they become popular for it. Like, you've seen the viral videos possibly of just people like cutting kinetic sand and tamping it down into a glass and like making these nice patterns and this funny, like someone has gone viral by cutting blocks of kinetic sand. Someone has gone viral by cutting and peeling soap, of all things, you know. And then there's other stuff, like decorating cookies is a little more normal. It looks cool. The pancake art that has come out. You can kind of go viral doing almost anything because someone else enjoys that with you. You know, there's that little niche of things that someone else is also going to enjoy, because you might think you're the weirdest person in the earth, and I will tell you that you will find your tribe somewhere if you just put out that energy. There are other people in this world who see and feel similarly to you. And I think they're recognizing that this person has had it all wrong, and it's okay to follow their dreams. And they're realizing as well with that Three of Materials, that Three of Pentacles, that again, it's okay to ask for help. And sometimes you need a hand putting things together and moving forward. You need the knowledge of other people sometimes. This is the Page of Pentacles. Like, you need someone else's expertise, because there's always going to be someone who knows just a little bit more than you in life. That's just the way it is. And some people are going to scoff at that, but it's kind of true. Like, you might have your niche thing that you're really good at, but take a second and think about, what is something you're not really good at? There's someone in this world who knows how to do that better than you. Guaranteed. That's just the way it is. Like, I'm not going to go into my bathroom right now and try to start remodeling that, because let me tell you, I should not be trusted with tools. I have almost taken off part of my leg with an axe before trying to chop wood for a fire. Some people are just better at other things than you are, and that's perfectly okay. And I think that's kind of also this person realizing that it's okay to ask for help, because there is a wealth of knowledge, and I think also a wealth of people that want to support them and see them succeed. It's kind of like being okay with that, being okay that the first attempts don't have to be perfect. You know, the first attempts don't have to be magical and wonderful. You can go back and you can, revise and edit a little bit. Just trying to get one more card. I've kind of gone off on a little bit of a tangent there. And with that Temperance card, I think this understanding and this knowing that is kind of washing over them right now is bringing them a little bit of peace. I think they've been able to step back and really see things from a different light. Really see things from other people's point of view. And I feel like they're also kind of letting themselves share some of their work, whatever it is, with other people and getting feedback on it. They're being okay, with sharing their work and constructive criticism, and recognizing that if they want to do this, they're gonna have to share their work eventually. So they might as well get comfortable doing it now, because like in terms of like if they want to write a book, an editor is eventually going to have to read it if they plan on getting it published, unless they're doing everything like self-publishing wise, like they're their own editor and marketer and everything. But then it comes to the point when they still have to release this book, and if they're hoping to make any money off of it or anything, people still have to read it. People still have to want to read it and purchase it. Like, it's just kind of the way things work. So they're letting themselves get comfortable hearing other people's opinions. And they're realizing that they don't have to do everything all at once. Again, there's that, what was that? The camel boy, small steps, small steps, slow steps even. You don't have to rush into this. They're realizing that they want to do things right. And so I think they also don't want to lose their joy in this either. They don't want to kind of get lost in the path. I want to say they just want to get it done and do it, I want to say, almost up to their standards. They want to do things right. So, but I think they're also realizing that the way that they've been feeling and the not being super content with the world around them has been their own subconscious and spirit and everything, like telling them, like, listen, you know what you want, go for it. You know what is calling to you, go for it. And they're realizing now what they've been ignoring. And I think in some cases, this person might come to you and actually be like, thank you. Thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for being part of the team, whatever that is. Like, thank you for being so supportive and not giving up on me and listen to me complain all the time about, I want to do this, but I'm not doing this. Like, I feel like this person might come through and just be like, thank you. I appreciate what you've done, which is beautiful. It's like respecting where part of that inspiration has come from and knowing that had you not been so vocal, they might not have ever listened to their own intuition. One more. Perfect. Bottom of the deck on the Moonology is don't let pride get in your way. That might have been a big hindrance for some of them. Knowing that if they wanted to move forward and they needed help, they had to let that ego down a little bit and be okay accepting help. But time for healing has come out here, which is really good. I think they're healing the things inside of them. The voices and everything that anyone else has ever said, telling them and breaking them down and telling them that they can't do this. I think they're working through that. They're realizing that they need to heal some of that stuff and not listen to those voices that tell them they can't do it. You and your loved ones are safe. I think that means for them, they're recognizing that trying to work on these things that they love and move forward and, create their own reality doesn't mean that their whole world is going to fall apart. I think they're recognizing that they can build a little at a time, and before they know it, a new structure is going to be there. And it'll have just progressed beautifully without them really paying too much attention about what was changing. They also have here, luck is on your side. I don't necessarily know that that's something they've recognized. I think that's more spirit confirming that good things are coming out of this. Like I said, I do think this person will be repaying your kindness here. They'll be recognizing that you have been very supportive, which was exactly what they needed. One more, please. Okay, well, I'll give you the first one while I work on that second one. The first one out here is growth. This person is growing. They're stepping out of their comfort zone. And I think you've helped them do that. Intuition is also here. I want to say the intuition applies to both of you. I think you have seen and still see something in this person that they don't. And it's just something you feel. Like, you look at this person, you talk to them, and you just kind of feel inside of you, this person was meant to do this. This person was meant to do that. You kind of feel it. And I think that's why you've been so supportive. You see an energy inside of them that they don't see. And I think other people might not see right off the bat either, but you know it's there. Okay? You feel it's there. And so that's why you're so supportive of this person. So I like this reading. Card pile number 2. I really do. I want to say kudos to you, for sure, for being a rock for this person and really being super supportive. Like, a lot of people can't let go of their own ego in order to let someone else succeed, and not only that, but unrelentingly support them. Big kudos to you. I like that. You're an awesome person. Don't stop being awesome. Beautiful. That's what I have for you, card pile number 2. If this resonated, please drop a like down below or a comment even. It just lets me know as a tarot reader that I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate message that I possibly can. Take care of yourselves. This looks super awesome. Luck is on your side, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, card pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You are here because you've either chosen the Modern Witch deck or this beautiful, beautiful candle, the lavender with amethyst and clear crystal. I'm going to stick it up here for the duration of the reading just because I feel like it's giving a little bit of energy here in that I just see purple. Honestly, like everything is purple, and I think that's the amethyst and the lavender. So I don't know if this person's favorite color is purple, possibly your favorite color. Maybe it's just a confirmation that this is your reading. But lavender is one of those scents that people like to use to calm themselves, especially when it comes to anxiety. It's just something that really helps them. And I think with there being clear quartz in there as well, it's also helping them see a situation a little more clearly, possibly with your assistance. But I've also got some oracle cards here just to kind of help you decide if this is actually your reading or not. If it isn't, maybe try a different pile. Best case scenario, it is. So let's start looking at these cards. We have first here, Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life. I think there's been something that this person has been thinking about doing for a while. It's been on their mind. And I think they're realizing that now might be the time to do that. They also have Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. So they're realizing that whatever situation they're in, especially if it's making them feel stuck, they don't have to stay stuck in this forever. They can go, they can leave, they can make changes, whatever they need to do. I think they're realizing, again, that now is the time to do that. They have here the Dreamwalker, dreams, the collective good, and illusions. Again, there's the sense of there's something that they've been wanting to do. And I think they've kind of been dreaming of, I want to say something better. You know, I don't know if they've been dreaming of a better life, a better situation, a better job. I don't know. But I do feel like they spend a lot of time putting energy into the dream. Like, if they dream about it at night, they're daydreaming about it in the day too. And there's the spiral dancer, circuitous route and perception. I kind of think they're seeing everything in a little bit of a different light here. I think they've been realizing that they have just been spinning and spinning and spinning in circles, and they're kind of done with it. The Swan Queen is here, transformation, intuition, and patience. I think they have been waiting for the right time. And again, now feels like the right time for them. Intuitively, they kind of know that change is coming. And I think they're really looking forward to that moment where, you know, they can be that horse. They can burst out and just go, you know, and just run for it, I want to say. There's also the River Queen here, flow, letting go, natural movement. They're waiting for the precise moment, and when it comes, they're gonna go with it. It's gonna be like a current just pulling them, you know. They're gonna go, they're gonna flow. I think it might be a little difficult for them to let go of whatever they're leaving behind, but I think they know they need to do it. We had come out here glamour. And glamour is one of those things that is kind of twofold, in that glamour can be that sense of, you know, glitz and glamour and success, whatever. living the high life. But in this case, it feels more like it's one of those illusions. Glamour can be an illusion. It can be a mask that you've been putting on. And I think they're realizing that they have been putting on a mask for quite a while. And so now, as it says here, into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. Again, that sense of dream. They've been seeing something and now they want to move into it. And I think it has to do with this safe home. Like, I don't know where they're living. I don't know if maybe they don't like where they live, who they live with, whatever. They, I think, are going to make some changes. They want... I'm not saying that their current situation is currently unsafe. It can be. But I don't think that's the case for everyone here. I think they really just want a place that fits their vision a little better. Kind of like something that really supports their comfort zone a little better. Excuse me, I get the hiccups. Let's get some tarot though and start looking at this. Yeah, they've been holding back for a while. I think they've been trying to find solutions. They have been trying to look at things from many possible ways. In some cases, they've been holding back to their own detriment. They've been making sacrifices, and I don't think they want to anymore. I think they want to take control of their life again, take control of the situation, and move in a direction that suits them better, suits their vision better. Because again, they have an idea of what they want their life to look like. They've been looking at this for a long time, and I just heard it definitely includes emotional stability. This could be in them, this could be in you, this could be in someone else. I take it as it resonates, but they're looking for something, again, that is a lot more comforting, really kind of nurtures them a little better, and somewhere that they feel more in control of the situation. When it comes to the Hanged One here, they've been making these sacrifices and trying to see things from different perspectives because they want to make sure they're doing right by their loved ones. They also want to make sure that this is something that's going to suit them. I don't think they want to put effort in this time for something that isn't going to be exactly what they want. I feel like they have been putting some constraints on this, but I think Spirit is working with them. They're ready to let themselves go free. Four of Wands is often known as like the marriage card, right? The 1111 card. It's also a card of freedom. It's also a card of setting yourself free. So this person is realizing that they're ready to take off the blindfold, to untie themselves, step out of those swords, and move into what they want. Fours are also stable numbers. So they're ready to create this new stable place for themselves. Something that they care about, something they're passionate about. I think they've actually had a new idea recently that is spurring this forward, and something that shows them how they can take control of this and do what they need to do. They know that the time has come, and I think they also realize that luck is on their side. They're not really going to get a better opportunity to do this, so they're going to make their move. I don't think they're really going to wait at all in this. I think the moment feels right, they're doing this. They don't care. They've kind of built themselves up for this. Especially like coming from the Eight of Swords to the Emperor, like they have freed themselves and they have stepped into their power, and they're realizing that they don't have to be powerless anymore, is what I'm seeing, which is honestly a really good energy. I just heard they're ready to heal. So that's, I think, what they're focused on. They want to go somewhere that is going to heal them. So, bottom of the deck for the Moonology is, what do you need to release? They're realizing now exactly what it is they need to release. They know perfectly well what it is, and I think they're also realizing how they have to do it. Emotions are running high. I think they're recognizing that they're not really going to get another chance. Whatever that they've been feeling stuck in has really done a number on them, I think, emotionally. And emotions have been part of the reason that they've been holding themselves back. I think they're definitely working past that. Adjustments are required here. They're realizing what they need to change, and they're changing it. They are making those adjustments. They know here luck is on their side. I think they're feeling it. There's a really strong sense here that intuition has hit them and hit them hard. Even though nothing is really, I don't think too much has come out. There might have been an oracle card in the beginning. But they're recognizing that this is it. It's now or never. It's just a really strong pull. And they know that a new start is coming. So they're going to act on it. I think they're not really going to look back too closely until they're far enough away that they feel comfortable to look back at this and say, I did what was best for me, and I'm not sorry about it. So I get the feeling here that you actually have been really worried about this person for some reason. I don't know, like maybe they have been in an unsafe situation, or it seems like an unsafe situation to you. Maybe they have just been, not okay. I guess I want to say, like, maybe they've just been high anxiety, very depressed, and that has been worrying you significantly. I think they're coming out of that for sure. Like, at least to the best of their ability, they're coming out enough to move on. Bottom of this deck is journey. Like, they are getting ready for this journey. They are getting ready to move forward with their life. They don't want to be stuck anymore. They don't want to be in that high anxiety energy where they're just, trying to do something for everyone else and not really tending to themselves. I don't think they want to do that anymore. Not to say that they're going to become like a super selfish person or anything, but they're recognizing that if they don't take care of themselves, they're not really going to have anything left to share with anyone else. They know that they need to do better by themselves in order to keep going. Because, everyone has a limit, and I think this person has reached theirs, and they're ready to move on. Focus has come out here. Like, this is what they are focused on. Like I said in the beginning, this is something that they've likely been planning. If they're not dreaming about it, they're daydreaming about it. So it's in their mind. It is probably in the forefront. This is kind of all they see. And I think it's that sense of freedom, with horse spirit, freedom is yours. That's what they've been focused on, is freedom from whatever is holding them back. It can be different for everyone. We also had come out here, leadership. And I like the first line here. You are no longer the supporting cast. They're realizing that. They're realizing that if they want this life that they've been daydreaming of and thinking of and focusing on, they need to take action. And that's what they're doing here. They're getting ready. If they haven't taken the first steps, I think they will be soon. Overall, I like this reading. It does feel like a little bit of a complicated, heavy energy, but at the same time, everyone has those moments in life. It's not something that is super overwhelming to me as an energy. In fact, I kind of relate to it a little bit in that sense that there's a feeling stuck and knowing where you want your life to go, but then just kind of sitting in that sad energy and being like, oh, I want this and I want that. And then eventually you hit a point where you realize you're not really going to get it if you don't take action. And then once you start taking action and working towards things, stuff starts falling into place and things feel better. I think that's what that person wants. And I want to say, on the one hand, it's good that you're worrying about them. Like, there's someone around them that cares. But at the same time, I don't think you have to. I think they are well on their way to releasing themselves. And it's kind of like they've been stuck in this cocoon. And they're just starting to cut themselves out. So it's kind of like you won't have to worry about them for much longer, which is really nice. So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, please drop a like or comment down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate readings that I possibly can. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You're here because you've either chosen the Light Seers Tarot or this lovely candle, which is eucalyptus with amethyst and aura quartz, which I really love. It smells good. Just gonna stick it up here for the duration of the reading because I do think it's giving a little bit of energy here, and specifically I'm feeling something from aura quartz in the sense that because there is an aura, it feels kind of like a protective aura, you know, like they kind of want to protect themselves. Now, I don't want to say that they're protecting themselves from you. They could want to protect you. It's going to resonate differently for everyone. So just kind of, you know, take it as it resonates. And if it isn't resonating, perhaps another pile would be better for you. But we are going to start with some oracle cards here. First, just to kind of give you a better idea as to whether or not this pile is actually for you. So first off, we have Skunk Spirit, which is Know Your Worth. And then we also have Vulture Spirit, Nothing is Wasted. And then we have Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion. So I think they are realizing the truth about something. Now, this could be something you have been talking to them about. Like, maybe this is a friend and you don't really approve of their partner right now, and you've been pointing out red flags. It's possible that they are, you know, taking off rose-colored glasses and seeing this for what it really is. They're recognizing their worth and what they deserve in the situation, whatever it may be. And I think they're also reminding themselves that whatever hasn't worked out for them, whatever, I think they're leaving something, honestly. And whatever they're leaving, they're realizing that it wasn't really wasted time or wasted effort. It was an experience and it was a lesson, possibly something that they really needed to learn. And I think now they're also kind of saying to themselves, well, I know not to do that again, is what's coming through. We also have the Queen of the Light, Illumination, Enlightenment, and Celebration. Yeah, like they are seeing something for what it really is, I want to say. And I don't think they're okay with it when they realize exactly what it is. But again, it does feel like they are leaving something behind. So they're kind of okay with leaving it. That's where that celebration energy is coming in. Like, they recognize they deserve better, this isn't worth it, and kind of celebrating that they don't have to deal with that crap anymore, that they know there's something better out there for them. So it's good that they're not, you know, investing anything more in this and not getting anything good in return. They also have map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. I think they're recognizing that they do have free will. It's kind of like pile number three's person was kind of like releasing themselves energy. It almost feels a little bit similar here as well. So maybe if you were also feeling a little drawn to pile 3 and you haven't watched it yet, maybe you'll find something good in there. But I think they're recognizing that they can make their own path and their own way. They don't have to feel stuck anymore. They don't have to, you know, keep doing the same things over and over again. I'm just going to go back to that dating scenario, because I feel like that's going to resonate with some of you. It's kind of like they're recognizing that they want a more authentic partner, that they want someone who is going to be exactly what they're showing to the world. Someone who isn't going to put up some kind of illusion that you eventually will see through, you know? And then they have Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. Again, there's that sense of walking away from someone and just kind of knowing that they will reap what they have sown. Knowing that karma leaves no one behind. Whether good or bad, karma leaves no one behind. So, now again, I'm feeling for some of you, this kind of does relate back to you, where this person has maybe decided that they don't really want anything to do with this anymore. And that they thought this was one thing and it's actually been another thing and they don't want it anymore. And if that's the case, I'm very sorry. I know that is very difficult to hear, and difficult to go through. But know that this person is just doing what they think is best for them. You know, they're kind of tending to their own garden right now because I think they feel like they need to heal a little something, that something was difficult and they want to move on from that difficulty. They want something better. They're also feeling divinely guided here. And I think in a sense you are as well. Whatever this is, however this is resonating for you, I feel like on both ends you are feeling divinely guided. This person, for seeing through whatever they needed to see through, I think they're recognizing that spirit has shown them clarity for a reason. And yeah, there's also justice here. So it's almost, now again, this is what they are realizing. So what's coming through is going to be from their own perspective here. And with that skunk spirit and know your worth coming through on that, it feels to me like that justice card is coming through more as they feel they deserve more. They feel they deserve a more equal give and take. And again, with that Gaia's garden, they're kind of thinking that, hey, I've done all this. where's my reward kind of thing. You know what I mean? Again, there's that reaping what you sow in abundance. They're looking for more, I want to say. So I'm just going to shuffle a little bit, and then we're going to get into some tarot here. This feels like a very complicated reading. But we're going to see. For pile number 4, the person on their mind, what have they realized? Ooh, a lot of stuff has come out here. This is more cards than I have taken for any other pile. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. They've realized there needs to be an ending, I think. They've realized that there is some kind of situation that they have been in that has not been good for them. They've been feeling tied to this. It's possible it has felt toxic to them, and they just don't want to be tied to it anymore. There's been a lot of negative energy coming through in this, and they're sick of flushing things down the drain is what's coming through on this card, honestly. This 5 of Cups, to me, has always felt like a little bit of a pity party, because there's no real sense of urgency here that this cup is emptying into this pit, because this person is doing it to themselves. Like, there is this beautifully full cup. There are 3 others, and I think that they're like, well, it's been like this, so, you know, I feel they have been stuck in an energy where they just feel like they've wasted time and they've wasted energy and they've just flushed their life down the drain, and they don't want to feel like that anymore. So they have been looking for the future. They have been trying to make plans. They've been trying to figure out what might bring them peace and balance, and they've been making plans. And I think this realization has kind of left them very confused and not really sure where to turn. So this could be even like this person is realizing the situation that they're in, and they're coming to you for advice even. Judgment is this sense of illumination and enlightenment. It is having this realization, and I think it's kind of put them in a little bit of a spiral, not being sure exactly where to go, but knowing that they have to move on and go somewhere, you know? That's kind of where the feeling of urgency is actually starting to come through, where they're finally realizing that they need to go, they need out of this. So let's just start clarifying. Yeah, there's definitely something they've been feeling tied to, and they don't really want to deal with it anymore. It's, this Page of Wands is definitely giving me a feeling of breaking free energy, and there are also these salamanders on their pants here. And salamanders are those wonderfully awesome lizards who can withstand fire and not get burned, right? Like they're really good with that. Possibly not if it's too high of heat or whatever. Like, I don't want to say just go toss a salamander into a fire, but it in the tarot, it is more along the lines of, you know, divine protection, almost like you can withstand this, you can do this. So there is an eagerness to break free and a recognition of all that they have withstood so far. And I think they're just waiting for some good news, or just a quick moment of like, we can do this, let's go. You know what I mean? And I think for some of you, the 6 of Cups, King of Wands, I think this person has definitely been coming to you for advice and for comfort, and just being someone who can help them withstand this fire, you know, help them withstand this energy. For others of you where this is resonating more along the lines of this person is pulling away from you, I think there is a sadness coming through here of what they feel they're losing. And it could be what the two of you have had together. Which is really sad, but I kind of hate having to bring these messages to people where it's just like this person has realized they don't want you in your life anymore. But I do want to say, like, we all do eventually grow apart from people that we are close to. So if that's the message that's kind of resonating to you, I am sorry, but this is what Spirit wants me to tell you. And I have to say that if a person is pulling away because they feel as though they have outgrown you, it's also a call to say, what can you grow within yourself? And it's also kind of a check-in to say with you, have they outgrown you, or have you outgrown them? You know, because sometimes we don't grow at the same pace as the people that we care about, and oftentimes it kind of leads to a drifting apart. Sometimes people will just kind of be a little bit like, oh, you've changed and you're not who I knew, and well, whatever. Change is all right. You know, change can be good. So I feel like Spirit is wanting you to acknowledge that if that's kind of how this is resonating, this person is drifting away from you, and there's also sadness on your end for how things have ended up. I feel like this is also telling you that you have grown a lot yourself, and not to say that you've outgrown this person or they have outgrown you, but it's more like you've grown in two different directions. And it's not to say that those paths won't connect again in the future, but right now I think this person is more focused on themselves and their own well-being and creating a life that aligns best with them, with this Ten of Pentacles. Like, they've really been looking for this and planning for this and trying to find this Ten of Pentacles. Like, they have been busting butt trying to get there. They've been really working on it, and I think they've recognized that since it's now time, that's just the direction they have to go. With Judgment and Two of Swords there, I think there is some fear on their end of actually, you know, making this choice and going on. But they're realizing that they are capable of doing this. They don't really have to be afraid. They will get the balance that they're seeking out of this, and ultimately happiness. So, whatever path they're choosing, however this is manifesting for them, they know that making this choice will bring them happiness in the future. And I think they're thinking that it'll be really nice to stand on their own 2 feet for once, is what I'm hearing. To feel like they are capable. I feel like in a lot of cases, this person has realized that they've actually been fairly codependent with possibly not just you, possibly a lot of people in their life. And I don't think they want to be that person anymore. I think they want to feel better and be better in that regard. They have here, hold your vision. So, like, I don't think they're going to relent on this at all. I think this is what they're moving forward towards. There's have faith in your dreams. Like, they're not really giving up on this. I think they feel that it's coming and they just need to decide where to go. Because they know a new start is coming. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they're pushing for. They are moving forward. They are trying to break free. Ooh. goodness. Sorry, that was probably very loud. I apologize. We have leadership come out here. Pile 3 got that card as well for their person, where it was you are no longer the supporting cast. So again, if pile 3 resonated with you at all, like if anything drew you to there, you might find something worthwhile in that. But this person, I think, definitely wants to move forward in life and be their own leader. They have awakening. That's judgment energy. They're realizing what it is they need to do. They're realizing, I think, what's been holding them back and how they've been acting and what it is they actually want. They're realizing what they deserve in life. And I think now that they've had that realization, they know that's what they want to move towards. So, interesting reading here for sure. Pile 4. If this resonated, please drop a like or comment down below. It lets me know as a tarot reader I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me because I do strive to give the most accurate readings that I possibly can. Take care of yourselves in this. I hope it ends up being peaceful and happy and wonderful for both of you. And I will see you in the next one.